Excuse me. My name is James Horn. I'm the president of United Way of Greater Union County, and I'm really excited about this evening, and I want to thank you all for coming out to join us in our community conversation here in Roselle. One of the things that, and we'll get into the program a little later on, but one of the things that is really important to our organization is being able to help residents identify the services that are so critical to ensure their families are successful. And having said that, we did invite a lot of service providers here this evening, and I'd just like for those partners that are in the room from the various agencies to just stand so folks can know that you're here. You'll be able to meet with these folks. I think have tables set up across the hall. I'll be able to kind of share with you a little bit more about their services. Before I get into my part of the program, I would like to recognize and bring up on stage freeholder Sergio Granados to say a few remarks about what has been an incredible partnership between the United Way, the community, and the Freeholder Board.
I'm going to keep this brief because today isn't about the elected officials. So let's hear a big round of applause for all the residents who came here out today and be participating inside this program. You know, when we talk about this community program, you know, United Way hosting this event, very first talk when it comes to families. And it's great to see because at the end of the day, we live by a saying also. It's one community, one family. No matter if you're family members, no matter if you're residents, when all in the day, we all have to look after one another. We all have to be as a family. And it's only listening to your concerns here today, are we gonna make sure Roselle moves forward in the right direction, make sure Roselle moves in a positive direction, and make sure that the youth, like over here in the front rows, have a possible future that's gonna be fulfilled with employment, with opportunity, with services. On behalf of the whole entire Freeholder Board, on behalf of Chairman Bruce Bergen, we thank you for participating today, and you have our full support in making sure that services will be provided for Roselle residents in any way we can. Thank you.
And I would just like to echo the incredible support that we do have in our Freeholder Board. Not only do they take an active role in participation, but they have also been instrumental in identifying resources to support this initiative. And I do want to say to Sergio Granados, thank you so much, and the Freeholder Board for all that you've done to make this process a reality as we continue to try to serve more families throughout Union County. At this time, I'd like to call up Sheriff Cryan to speak to us about his Sheriff's Youth Academy initiative.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you. His son and his fiance, soon-to-be wife, both have to work. And their network is such that I'm the guy. And I can tell you that my daughter-in-law, soon-to-be, is not that excited about me being the sole babysitter on Friday night. And in this, it is a little bit of but it reflects so much what we go through, right? In families and success, it's about support and services and what can be. I am the last choice to be Liam's babysitter Friday night, right? And I know that. The reality is we all have choices to make, and the support that we get is so important. And how we get that is so important in terms of what we do. And having this opportunity tonight to come together as a community is so very special that we get a chance to share that input with each other. Because if my daughter-in-law Michelle was here, she'd say, don't make him the babysitter. I want to give a shameless plug, if we may, about something that you just may not be aware of. I've had the privilege of being your new sheriff for a little over a year. And one of the opportunities that we offer is a youth academy. If you have a youngster in your family who's between grades 7 and grades 12, we offer a youth academy in the summer that, dependent upon their age, is either 1 week or 2 weeks long. And we all know that there's issues these days about trust in the community and who we trust and who we don't. It's a full-day academy, it's free. Every last little bit of it is free. All they have to do, if your young folks want to participate, is simply provide an essay and the information is here. Roselle is underrepresented in this year after year. And that pains me as the sheriff and as your former assemblyman. And I wanted to come, and I elbowed my way in so I can make a shameless plug that you can take one of these. And if you know someone in the age bracket, and I know Dr. West has been supportive, we'd love to see more folks come out and be part of it. What we find is they repeat year after year. They enjoy the program. They get everything from off that couch. You know, anybody have a youngster who's got a strong thumb and that's about it because of the video games? It's all physical, it's all part of schoolwork, but they get to see things like helicopters and crime scenes, and I promise you they'll enjoy the experience. So if you can, please appreciate my shameless plug, and if you're thinking about it Friday night, throw a prayer my way as well. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
That we're trying to support communities that want to help families go on successful journeys. The second part of this is, that it has to start with not only the needs of a family, but what are the dreams of a family? What are the preferences of a family? And so we've worked with a lot of parents and said there are basically 4 different areas the parents have told us that have to be available in order for kids to have a good chance of a good life. So we call those the pillars of family success. Really simple, and they're not in any order. The first one is family relationships and community connections. Anybody who talks about their life starts with their family, their parents, what it was like when they're little, what it was like when they're growing up. And they also talk about the relationships they have in the community, whether it's with the church or with the ballpark or whatever it is. But family relationships and community connections are so critical, and resources have to be there. Secondly, learning and education. And I had a chance to also read the bio of your superintendent and this wonderful award he's getting. And learning and education are absolutely critical. Learning starts before kids go to school. Learning happens when kids are in school, but also learning happens outside of the community. And again, your leadership is just so critical to this. So learning and education is the second pillar. The third pillar is personal safety and financial security. If a kid isn't feeling safe and a family isn't feeling safe, there's not much else you can do, because as the sheriff said again, it creates anxiety. You can't focus on anything else because you're worried about what's ever making you feel unsafe. That's physical and emotional safety. And then if you don't have income in your family, you don't have a job, you don't have a roof over your head, then that's absolutely basic need that has to be taken care of. And the mayor was talking about some of the issues with some of the housing issues in the town. So that has to be on the table as a major issue, as a condition for family success. And then the final pillar is health and well-being. People say, if you don't have your health, what else do you have? And we know that it's not only dealing with health problems, but how do we help raise kids so that they're healthy and they have well-being and they have the capacity to dream about the future. So that's really what this family success thing is all about. Journeys of family success from the time that kids are born to the time that they become young adults in these 4 pillars of family success. And the critical component about this, as I mentioned, is that there's nothing worse than feeling like you don't have control over your life. Well, based upon what the freeholder and the mayor, the superintendent, and Jim Horn from the United Way have started, is that they want to develop this agenda around what your needs are, around what your dreams are, what are the things going to help you successfully raise their kids. So we're now going to move across the hall, and there's a little bit of food over there, so we can all have a bite to eat. But on your name tags, there's a color that, and you'll find a table that is associated with the color on your name tag. And the most important part of this evening is that we have some questions in each of these pillars. Now we've divided safety and financial security into 5. So there are 5 areas that we're asking you to talk about. We're going to have facilitators, and we're going to have a place to record it. But the most important thing is you are speaking up, being completely candid. There is nothing right or wrong about anything you say, because what we're committed to is the idea of building this agenda and this movement around your voice and your participation. So I guess we're ready to go across.